even though my bench press is 150 kilos. Hello, it's Mikael from Shanghai. As you can see, the lights are beautiful and we are going to kick off our strength training video series with video of how to pick up the movements you use in your training. So, we are gonna make many of these short videos, and in the end we are all going to tie them all together. So yeah, let's start. How to pick up your movements doing your strength training. It all depends on your goals. The goals, if your goal is for the basic bench press, overhead press, squat and deadlift, then your basic movements you do your whole season is going to be these movements. And remember, even though the strength training, your strength is about 50% of your muscle mass, so you need to increase your muscle mass, but not only with doing the basic hypertrophy movements, but you should do the strength movements that you want to gain more strength, to use those to get more muscle mass. Because strength training is a lot about getting the movement pattern, getting the optimal movement pattern. And for the secondary movements, you can do more of the hypertrophy movements. And for a quick example of these might be, if you want to get that better bench press, the first exercise should be your bench press. But you don't need to have, or if you do bench press and you have a big arch, doing the hypertrophy you don't need to have that big of an arch, because when you are trying to get more muscle mass, you want to have a big range of motion, which is hard doing bench press. But you try to be little more flat backed, but also remember to keep your shoulders up, back and down, to keep the shoulders safe. That is what you should always remember. And then you can have secondary movement, for example dumbbell press. But also in this movement, remember, most people come to here, they touch their chest or something like that, but they don't go all the way down, which is very important when you do these kind of movements. So in dumbbell press, you should go so deep that the dumbbell touches the front part of your shoulder, which is, if you do the movements like this, you are probably not going to get that much weight. Me, for example, when I do dumbbell presses, I do the same weight as in the shoulder presses, even though my bench press is 150 kilos and shoulder press is only 90 kilos, so bench is 330 pounds and the shoulder press is only about 200 pounds. So yeah, and the weights in the dumbbell bench and shoulder press are the same. And it's because in bench press you can go into deep stretch, and it's important to get into deep stretch. Save the big weights into the movement you are trying to get strong at. And remember, when you do this, it's going to carry over a lot more to your final big movements when you get the muscle mass to the muscles you need. And of course in different movements also, for example shoulder press, you do the basic shoulder press with a bar, and then you can do with dumbbells, or you can actually, it's not optimal, but you can do some sets doing the flies. It's completely fine to get more volume and get better pump, because if you don't enjoy training, you don't train a lot. So yeah, it's good for the pump, and I love the pump. So feel free to, even though it's not the specific for the shoulder press, feel free to take the dumbbells at the end of your workout and crush anything between 10 to 20 reps of those. So yeah, and for the legs, for deadlifts, actually deadlifts you don't necessarily need to do the basic deadlift at the end of your program. You can do deficit deadlifts, which help you in the beginning of your movement. You can do deficit deadlifts with pause. So you pause a couple of centimeters off the floor, which is basically like pausing at the beginning of normal deadlift. Or you can do snatch grip deadlifts, which is really hard for your whole back, glutes and hamstrings. And there are a lot of variations you should do and could do when doing deadlift training. But yeah, squats also there are a lot of variations. I'm not going to get through all these in this video. Hey, did you like the video and also want to get the body of your dreams? Check the link in the description for absolutely free webinar that lasts less than 30 minutes to get you started. And if you have any questions, just please email me, message me. I do this to help. So yeah, just do it. And also click the like button if you like the video and subscribe the channel to not miss out on anything.